still 5 months away, but this morning there's already some speculation about who may host next year's Academy Award ceremony. Okay, Fairfax County employees are asking for a 3.5% raise right now. That's 2% higher than the county was slated to approve next week. It was a deadly weekend at air shows in the Midwest. We want to warn you that some of the video we're about to show you may be disturbing. Call it clever or more like an act of desperation.
Whatever, if it works, it works. It got their attention, so.
People who live in Wesley Heights made these street signs guiding Pepco workers to their homes to restore power.
Yeah, nothing yet, still.
Chuck Holsworth has to keep his food in this cooler so it won't go bad.
This is my refrigerator, and the back one is my freezer. You know, my food and milk and stuff and ice. I get ice twice a day.
Here's the problem. This large tree fell on these power lines. Since Saturday, this tree has been dangling above the street. In St. Mary's County, Maryland, damage from the storm is extensive. Hundreds of huge trees came down, some on houses. 3 homes have been condemned on one street. It's so bad that Governor Martin O'Malley stopped by.
Right now, we don't know if they're going to be able to repair it.
Back in D.C., neighbors are sharing this extension cord on Dexter Street.
It was literally right at the split. We have power here, and right next door they don't.
The work continues out here in Northwest D.C. You see the Pepco workers here. They've removed that tree that we just showed you that was dangling above the street for the last couple of days. Now the hard work comes in. They actually have to fix these power lines. They're hoping to have power back on for these 30 people that live on this one street sometime tonight. All right, one family has captured America's hearts. You know the show on TLC, 19 Kids and Counting? Well, we have 2 of them. The mom and dad are here. Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar are here, minus the 19. Well, it's 20 now, isn't it, guys?
19, and then plus our granddaughter, and,
yeah.
we're having a new grandson.
I didn't know how it counted now, if you count that in it or not. You guys are a busy family. You're in D.C. this week because you have a new book. We're going to get to that in a second, but it must feel good to be kidless.
Oh, well, I'm actually really looking forward to getting home. I am really missing the kids, but it's been good to be here. It's been nice.
You know, the big question everybody said, they said when they heard you guys were coming on, they said, you got to ask Michelle, do you have any news? I know you do the news on the Today Show. Any news that you want to share? Let's get this out of the way.
Not yet, but we would love to be able to say that we did, but we don't yet. Anyway, as far as we know.
So our new grandson is coming on end of June.
End of June. Yeah. Now, do you know boy or girl?
It's a boy.
Allison, at first Glenn Neff lied to police, telling them he was on his way to Philadelphia to celebrate a friend's birthday and surprise that friend with an extravagant fireworks display. They also found a notebook in his car highlighted with a to-do list. 27-year-old Glenn Neff apparently had his plan all mapped out. In a 60-page manifesto, police found inside his Jeep at Cabin John Regional Park in Bethesda yesterday.
That's crazy.
Court charging documents say Neff left Florida, bought fireworks in South Carolina, then rented a private cabin in the Shenandoah Valley. There, he built a rack to set off his fireworks. Then Neff got a hotel in Fairfax. He stayed there for several nights, testing out his devices. Finally, Neff was arrested in Bethesda.
If you want people to know what you want to do in life, there are other ways of doing it.
I think that's sad. It sounds like he has mental issues.
Bomb technicians found numerous materials they say are consistent with components of improvised explosive devices, better known as IEDs, like a voltmeter, PVC pipe, electrical wires, a modified video game controller, various mortars, Roman candles, and cakes. Neff's master plan was to get publicity for something he called his invention to save the world. He told investigators he planned to, quote, fire off the devices in order to be arrested. With that media attention, he would be able to explain his dual transit system.
I think that people are extremely frustrated, and a lot of people are going to extreme measures to kind of show their frustration with all kinds of things. And he was just an extremist in that regard.
In court today, Neff's invention was described as an idea for a new system of mass transportation. Meantime, Neff is still in jail behind bars, being held on a $2 million bond. But on to number 2 here. We're talking 60s glam, and this is the cover of a magazine with Kristen Stewart from all of her vampire hotness. It doesn't even look like her.
I did a double take with this one. I was stunned. I couldn't talk. I had to whip that magazine open and see who that was. It's
You
Kristen
couldn't talk.
Stewart. I love the big hair. I love the eyes, very dark and mysterious. I love the lips being very pale. Yes.
All right, number 3, feather extensions, which I'm seeing a lot on people, and they're
Yes.
easy to kind of just put back here, you know, if you
Yes.
can't wear them to work. But
Yeah.
they're cute.
Yeah, I brought a couple pictures of a couple different examples. They get a little crazy with it, but I actually love it. It could be subtle. It could be very exposed.
Yeah, I see them
salon.
all over people. People you wouldn't think would have them. You know what I mean, right?
I actually sold an 80-year-old client on a lavender feather.
What?
She wanted to be the cool grandma when she got off the plane in Seattle. So I said, I got the thing for you. She got a purple feather, and she was off.
Her
on
grandkids
trip.
must have been like, Grandma.
They're gonna
How
love
long
it.
was her hair?
She was like a bob. We
Yeah.
can cut them to be whatever length you want. We have long ones. We
great.
have short ones. They're
I
fantastic.
love it. She's in style. Hip
Yeah.
grandma.